Example 5. Find the following limits by conjugate. For question 5a, limit square root x minus 3 over 9 minus x when x approaching 9. So first step here, substitute value x approaching 2. So we can see we have x approaches 9. So that means we can substitute 9 inside the variable of x. So we get square root 9 minus 3 over 9 minus 9. So value here is 0 over 0. 0 over 0 here is IDF form or indeterminate form. Because we get indeterminate form, so that's why we must continue step number 2. Step number 2 here is multiply by its conjugate, expand and cancel out a common factor. So function limit here, okay, we already know here conjugate for square root x minus 3 is square root x plus 3. So we must multiply function with its conjugate square root x plus 3 over square root x plus 3. And then this part multiplied by its conjugate, we must to expand and we get limit x minus 9 over 9 minus x multiply square root x plus 3, x approaching 9. Okay, now we can see we have x minus 9 and we have 9 minus x. We cannot cancel out directly because the sign is not equal. So we must arrange 9 minus x become x minus 9. So that means we must write down limit x minus 9 over 9 minus x. Here we can factorize negative. So we get x minus 9 multiply square root x plus 3. And don't forget write x approaches 9. Okay, now we can see we have a common factor. A common factor here is x minus 9, x minus 9. So we must cancel out a common factor. After that, we get a remaining function here. Okay, for step number 3, rewrite a remaining function and substitute value x approaching 2. The remaining function here is limit 1 over negative 1 multiply square root x plus 3 x approaching 9. And then we can substitute value x approaching here x equal to 9 inside the variable of x. So negative multiply square root 9 plus 3. So we get square root 9, we get 3 plus 3. So we get negative 1 over 6 for this answer. Example 5. Find the following limits by using conjugate for question 5b. Okay, we have function limit function square root x plus 9 minus 3 over x when x approaches 0. So step number 1 here, substitute value x approaching 2. So we can see x approaching 0. That means we can substitute 0 inside the variable of x. So we get 0 plus 9 minus 3 over 0. Square root 9 we get 3. 3 minus 3 over 0 we get 0 over 0. This form we call it indeterminate form or IDF. Because we get IDF form, that's why we need continue step number 2. Step number 2 here, multiply by its conjugate, expand and cancel out a common factor. By the way, square root x plus 9 minus 3 here, its conjugate is square root x plus 9 plus 3. So, we must multiply function of limit here by its conjugate. Okay, square root x plus 9 plus 3 over square root x plus 9 plus 3. And then we can expand part of multiply by its conjugate. This part, we need to expand this part only and rewrite the function limit square root x plus 9 minus 3 multiply square root x plus 9 plus 3. So we get x plus 9 minus 9 over x multiply square root x plus 9 plus 3 when x approaching 0. And then we can simplify our function. We can get limit x plus 9 minus 9, we get x over x multiply square root x plus 9 plus 3, x approaching 0. By the way, after simplify here, we can see we have a common factor x. Okay, we must cancel out a common factor from the function. Cancel out a common factor from the function. And then we can get the remaining function, and then we can substitute x approaching 2. So we get limit, the remaining function here, limit 1 over square root x plus 9 plus 3 x approaching 0. Okay, and then we can substitute value x approaching. Value x approaching here, x equals 0. So substitute, we get 1 over square root 0 plus 9 plus 3. Simplify, square root 9 we get 3. So 3 plus 3 we get 6. So this is final answer for question 5B.